It's a Thursday, so welcome back to the Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. It's great to have you with us every Thursday as we have another brand story to bring to you. Travel today is more complex than ever. Rising expectations, shifting behaviors, and countless choices make it easy for customers to feel overwhelmed. For hospitality brands, this isn't just a challenge, it's an opportunity to get it right. Customer loyalty programs that anticipate needs, simplify experiences, and deliver real value can turn uncertainty into confidence that create lasting connections. Hospitality customer loyalty programs are evolving rapidly. Staying ahead of the curve means more than ever having an award-winning program. It also requires a relentless focus on adapting to customers' needs proactively. It starts with listening, understanding, and acting on feedback to create experiences that truly resonate. Too often, brands, especially in hospitality, treat customer loyalty as an afterthought, a standalone program rather than the foundation for marketing, operations, and the overall vision of the organization. Customer loyalty isn't a tactic, it's a strategy that should drive everything. Hilton Honors has long been recognized as a leader in the space, a benchmark for excellence in travel and hospitality customer loyalty. And over the years, we've learned a great deal from their team. And now, under Brad Anderson's leadership, Hilton Honors is raising the bar yet again. With a laser focus on customer experience, Hilton Honors is introducing meaningful enhancements, adding new travel partners, simplifying qualification for elite tiers, and even launching an exclusive tier designed around traveler feedback and interest. The program continues to innovate and set the standard, and we're excited to dive into this conversation today. Brad, welcome back. It's always great to have you. Looking forward to the discussion. How are you today?
Hey, Mark. Doing so great. Thanks for having me back. Always love talking to Loyalty 360 community. Excited to
Absolutely.
talk about it.
Yeah, looking forward to getting an update about the new program. But first off, for those who may not know about Hilton, I'm not sure who wouldn't know about Hilton. Would love to get a brief introduction to Hilton, how you were formed, what you guys do, how you do it.
Sure. Thanks, Mark. So Hilton, if you're haven't been heard of one of the largest global hospitality companies in the world, we have now 25 world-class global brands, and we have a footprint of about 10,000 hotels properties across 141 countries and territories. So for more than a century old, we've been delivering the light and warmth of hospitality, and we are continuing to build on that legacy through industry-leading guest experiences, our award-winning brands, and recently new ways to stay that really reflect how people travel. So, been a great ride.
Definitely looking forward to hearing more about that. You have a very interesting role. I've gotten to know you over the last 3 or 4 years. Consider you a good friend. Obviously, you do amazing work. You have a great team, and your commitment to the customer is probably unmatched. But would love to know a little bit more about your role. What do you do in leading the program?
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So at Hilton, so I currently serve as the vice president of the Hilton Honors program, which is our award-winning guest loyalty program that we currently today reach 235 million members around all corners of the world. And me personally, I've been at Hilton for more than 9 years now, all within the loyalty program. And in that time, I've had a ton of awesome opportunities to help shape the program that's into a more flexible, more personal, and more rewarding for our members over those multiple years. And prior to Hilton, I was working in the strategy and innovation consulting side. So consumer loyalty programs traveling around the world, where I really got a deep passion for loyalty and also customer experience. And it's just been really fun to bring the passion to a global scale while also meaningfully influencing how millions of people travel. That's really just a dream job for me. So it's been a great experience.
Well, you obviously do a great job of it, and you talk about passion. I think you exude that not only for the program, but for your customers, for the brand, and for your team. So it's always great to have that and share, and even just be able to hear from you and how passionate you are about customer loyalty.
Absolutely.
Well, so when you look at your role, what are some of the biggest challenges or opportunities that you face in this role?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest opportunities is really making sure Hilton Honors continues to meet the needs of a very diverse set of travelers, across all corners of the planet, 141 countries. It's a lot of customers. So our members stay with us for a lot of different reasons. They travel a lot of different ways and engage with a ton of different brands across the portfolio. So I think recognizing and rewarding them in the ways that feel meaningful for that particular stay is a pretty important task. And we spend a ton of time thinking, understanding how our customers travel and where their expectations are heading can be a challenge, especially as more of this experience shifts into digital channels. And so it's, we're always trying to make sure that Hilton Honors, feels intuitive, feels flexible, and aligns to what's a priority for the traveler. And I'd say one more important opportunity is to make sure we continue to enhance the tools and experiences that help our members feel supported. So can they control their stay, whether that's, a digital experience of the app or expanding the actual types of stays, which I can talk a bit later about, or new partnerships. And so it's always a way to kind of stay on the leading edge of loyalty, which is where Loyalty 360 certainly helps us stay as sharp as we can as a program.
Yeah, and you obviously do a great job of that. You talk about enhancing the tools a little bit. I know Hilton was the first one to roll out digital key, right? That
Yep.
allowed you to kind of give it to your kids that they need, right? Or kind of check in and without going through the desk. So that's obviously a great enhancement. How do you stay ahead of kind of the digital experiences or enhancements that customers are looking for, to keep the program performing so well?
Yeah, I mean this is changing so quickly as you know. So we didn't have an app before or apps before 2007. So I think it's important to with any new technology think about what's possible. So it's kind of are the possible, but then really solving true customer pain points. So digital key is a great example where we had members and guests who wanted to get to the room faster, and they love our front desk opportunity, but our big box hotels, it might make sense to get you right into the stay. So it begins with a customer pain point, of course, and then using digital activities to solve that. So there's certainly a lot of new frontier coming, artificial intelligence, things like that. So we're always trying to make sure to keep the customer at the heart of it.
Awesome. And now the fun part. I know you've announced some changes to the Hilton Honors loyalty program. And can you tell us what's in store? Or what do you got for the customer?
Yeah, absolutely. We've changed the program a few times over the years, so I'm very excited that it is public and I can talk about it. So we recently announced to all of our members one of the most significant evolutions of the program in our entire history, which is a long history, and we're really excited what's ahead for our members. So beginning January 1st, 2006, we're going to offer a faster and more accessible path to elite status, while still making sure all of our core benefits for those elite tiers that people know and love, such as no blackout dates, no resort fees on resort stays, and fifth night free benefit. So members will see lower qualification thresholds for specifically our gold and diamond status, which makes it easier to earn and enjoy the benefits that matter most, which are really critical for the stay experience. So obviously more point earning. We love points, but space available upgrades and on-property recognition. And so in terms of specifics, gold will now be earned at 25 nights, down from 40. Diamond will be earned at 50 nights, down from 60, which kind of really reflects how people are traveling today and helps them unlock those benefits faster. What I'm really excited about is part of the new updates is introduction of a brand new elite tier called Diamond Reserve, which is our newest and most premium tier within Hilton Honors. So this new tier is really designed specifically for the most devoted travelers who go well beyond achieving diamond status and that demonstrate their extraordinary loyalty year after year. So it's going to bring this new elevation of recognition and personalization of the program. So how do you get it? First, to qualify, a member must reach 80 nights or 40 stays and 18,000 in annual eligible spend. And so these Diamond Reserve members will enjoy all the benefits of Diamond status, so no worries there, plus an elevated portfolio of even more premium perks to really enhance that stay as Hilton and Hilton Honors are for the stay. This includes a highly requested product, which we've been working on for many, many years, called a Confirmable Upgrade Reward, which is going to allow you to lock in that premium room, including up to 1 bedroom suite for up to 7 nights, all at the time of booking, which is amazing. Happy to talk about that more. These members will also get 120% point bonus. They will get guaranteed, say it again, guaranteed 4 p.m. Late checkout. And they're also going to get access to executive lounges, but also nearly a dozen premium clubs, which is typically our paid for clubs. And they will have the highest priority for automated upgrades, confirmed 3 days ahead of time. And they're also going to have a dedicated 24/7 customer service support available by phone and email. And the last thing I'll mention is at 120 nights, they will have the opportunity to choose a second confirmable upgrade reward. Or if they're a point junkie, they can do 30,000 more points if they choose to do so. So, in summary, these enhancements really reflect what our members have been asking for and may or may not have been personally asking me for 9 years. So they'll have more ways to be flexible, more valuable, and have a great way to be recognized when they travel with us. So it's super exciting time.
Well, that's awesome, and looking forward to hearing more. I know when we've talked in the past, the frequent traveler, they could do a certain tier you've talked about in the past, maybe in August, September, right? And they kind of maybe switch a little bit of that shopping, right, to try to get to the tier in another program. Was that meant kind of this new tier to really lock in those guys to make sure you're getting a larger share of their spend, their business, kind of their engagement than maybe going to a competitor in the last months of the year?
Yeah, look, our goal is to have a member stay every single night with Hilton Honors and make sure we deliver value for folks that have the share wealth to give. So, we have a lot of elite members that stay hundreds a night in the program. So we want to reward those members with even more exclusive perks. And yes, we want to attract members that might be looking at multiple programs to really make sure they have every reason to stay at Hilton and exclusively Hilton Honors. Beyond the tier itself, we have a lot of our new partnerships, which we can talk about a bit later. But yeah, it's certainly to drive, no brainer, 100% reason to stay every single night with Hilton. And those nights, once the tier is earned, will be even better for your stays across the world. So we're really excited to bring it to market.
So I know, being a Diamond guy now, hopefully Diamond Reserve next year, you do a good deal to engage the customer, right? You get text back and forth, making sure you're happy. If there's something you need, you usually have a kind of direct line into the hotel manager who's on site, right? And they do a very solid job of responding, right? Need towels, you need some extra consideration. They do a great job of that. This next tier, how you talked about the 24/7 customer service. What are some of the other engagement opportunities that this new tier has, the Diamond Reserve?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, I think one of the most important things to our members is being recognized for their elite status. So we'll be able to do a 360 recognition element. So if they're obviously reaching out to that support group that's bespoke to them, that'll be a great moment. But also, I think you mentioned we've into time messaging. So if you go through our app and you click on message hotels, we'll be able to recognize your new tier there as best we can, and then make sure we can really make sure we understand what you need for the stay. So that's very consistent now across vast majority of our portfolio. So just breaking down the barriers between members and the hoteliers and the program is really gonna really help us. And knowing who you are and this moniker of a new tier will make sure we signal to the hotels and all of our property team members that this is a new level and a new echelon of status for yourself. So it's a constant conversation.
That's awesome. You talked about a little bit about, it was meant to kind of address an opportunity within the market. What was the tier meant to address, and how are you marketing the tier to your customers?
Yeah, so a couple things. So in terms of all the changes, so one thing we did was lower the requirements, right, for Gold and
Yeah.
Diamond. So I think a lot of that was we were listening very closely to our guests and members, and they told us they wanted more ways to earn the status and have that personal recognition faster. And so our research really told us that. So in terms of the new tier too, so we just did a 2026 Hilton Trends report. And so, a couple relevant insights. 56% of travelers say that elite status is important. So it is an important piece of their journey travel. 62% stay loyal to one program within a category, which we just talked about. And 66 will spend even more with the brand when they have status. So status is a very important status symbol, no pun intended. And so by lowering those thresholds, we're able to give more members access to those perks faster and deliver a better experience. And with that new tier, we're leaning into the hotel stay experience, right? So having a confirmed upgrade when you're traveling with your family is the most important moment for some travelers for staying 100 nights a year. So we just want to make sure we get those moments really, really right, and building an actual product that signifies that will help us connect even more with those customers.
That's awesome. When you look at the new Hilton Honors program, how does it compare to other customer loyalty programs in market?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, we are designed to deliver, flexibility and value and a meaningful recognition, as I talked about. And that the change with this bring down goal is that our Hilton Honors Gold status will now be the most valuable mid-tier elite status, with we're the only program to offer food and beverage benefits at 25 nights across thousands of full-service lifestyle and luxury brands.
Yeah.
So that'll be a really important piece of the puzzle if you love food and love that perk. So that's really exciting. All of our members, regardless of tier, can use our really unique to Hilton points and money slider. And we have no blackout dates, right? So we don't want to stand in the way of you using your points for any night. And we have no resort fees on reward stays. So those are pretty unique to us. And that's really how we want you to use your points and redeem them and stay at our amazing properties. So we're really committed to that. We talked a bit about Ready, but our digital capabilities are very differentiated. Not just the digital key itself, but the digital key share experience. We were the first to innovate and scale. So if you want to share your digital key, that's a great opportunity. And we're really focused on upgrades. And we've built one of the best in world-class automated upgrade products, so your members can actually get upgraded 3 days ahead of time, as opposed to having to hope and hope you get upgraded as you show up to the front desk, which is certainly a piece of our program too. The last couple of pieces I talk about are we have exclusive partnerships with brands like Small Luxury Hotels of the World, which we've talked about on this podcast before.
Yeah.
Auto Camp we launched as well, which is a outdoor hospitality brand. And very recently, just last week, we announced Explore Journeys, providing members a way to earn and redeem points on kind of a beyond more travel, luxury travel, ocean travel experience as well. So just a number of ways we're trying to make sure we have that little bit of edge across what you need as a traveler, and deliver that via Hilton Honors.
Well, it's interesting, partnerships are very important for brands who focus on customer loyalty, and there's a big push right now, as you know, for optimization of program partnerships, right? You may not want 25 partnerships anymore. You may want 3 or 4 or 5 that work well. But travel partners in a travel program, it would seem counterintuitive, but they actually do quite well, like AutoCamp and some of these, the luxury cruise line offerings. They actually create a deeper sense of engagement with your customers, correct?
Yep, for sure. Looking at the luxury cruise line, which we just announced, I can give you some details there. So
that'd be great.
This expansion is really a part of Hilton Honors Adventures, which we kind of branded last week, which really gives members new ways to engage with Hilton Honors beyond that traditional hotel stay. The hotel stays still very important to us, but I think it's a natural extension of our commitment to understanding that people have different journeys across travel, and really have that portfolio and strategic partners that speak to that. So Hilton Honors Adventures, that is brings up multiple partners together. So AutoCamp, which is an elevated outdoor lodging product, which is in some of our most amazing natural settings like national parks and such. And Explore Journeys, which is an ultra elegant ocean travel brand, as I said, that brings extraordinary stays from the land into the sea, and all while allowing members to earn those great Hilton Honors benefits. So through an exclusive partnership, members will be able to soon earn and redeem points on these luxury cruises or ocean journeys starting next summer. And these expand in Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Caribbean. So you have a lot of options. But right now, today, members can take advantage of a limited time preview that is 100,000 points per suite. They also get $400 on cruise as well as an in-suite welcome gift. So we're just starting the hospitality journey with them, but we're excited to keep building on this platform of Hilton Honors Adventures as we go forward in the coming years.
That's good because I have about 500,000 points right now, and I have 6 people in my family. So I just need to come up with like 100,000 points, and we can all go do something fun.
Go cruise the world. Cruise the world. It's all
There you
good.
go. That's good. So when you look at the partnership with luxury cruise line, you have elevated camping, explorer journeys. How do you come across these new opportunities, and what other experiences may you be adding for members going into 2026?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'll start where I started earlier. Is that you got to listen to your customers, right? So, I mean, the travel journey has changed so much, in the last 5-10 years as I've been in the industry. So, people are looking for more flexibility. It's just true, and they want to make sure they have opportunities that are personal to them. So, if they're interested in an ocean travel journey, we've been hearing that, right? So, members are saving, 69, I think like 69% of customers are saving points for a trip that they're excited about. And that may not only be a hotel hospitality program, that may be a cruise journey or an outdoor experience. So, I think listening to your customers is really going to help, know where to take the program next. And I think we've been really evolving to those needs, not just the structural changes that you and I've talked a bit about, but making sure the digital journey within that matters. So, I think, we're always looking on the hunt for the right strategic partners that want to deliver, best in class, 1+1=3 hospitality, whether that's cross industry. So, that's kind of always an opportunity out there for us.
That's awesome. You talked a little bit. You mentioned that listening to customers. That's a pretty significant challenge we've heard at Loyalty 360. We have 100 and some brands growing. And I think some brands they tell you that's an issue. Some may not think they have an issue, but truly listening to and understanding and responding in kind to your customers can be a challenge. You guys seem to do it with an aplomb, right? Just the focus, that passion we talked about earlier. How do you get that right? Is it an organizational commitment to truly listening to the customers and making things of value to them? How are you doing that?
Yeah, I think it starts with the mission and vision, right? So, spreading the light, warmth, of hospitality. What does that mean, right? You can't spread warmth of hospitality without understanding empathy, right? So, putting yourself in the customer's shoes, imagining how want to be treated when you're on your journey. So, I think it's an ethos thing across Hilton. It's a culture thing across Hilton. And that's, from the team member on property, and that may not be the front desk individual, all the way to any corporate team members, right? We take it very seriously, and we want to make it right with our customers. So I think it's a mentality thing. I think, and then beyond that, it's a systems, making sure you have the right information coming back to us in multiple formats. But social media is certainly one we look at very closely, and we've done a lot of recent elements where someone may have had a not so great opportunity at a different place, and we came in and saved the day with a hotel experience, or inviting them to stay at our properties or enjoy the hospitality of Hilton Honors. So, it takes commitment, it takes good listening and good systems, but it's a culture you need to build within your company. So, certainly we're committed to it.
That's awesome. And you touched on this a little bit as well. Customer loyalty programs, process, focus is changing quite rapidly within the industry. When you look at reward programs or even travel in general, how are those customers changing? How are their expectations changing? I'll get that out. And, how are you adapting to those changes?
Yeah, I touched on that briefly, but I think it's flexibility, right? Like, how do we make sure we have a stay for every stay occasion that they may dream up, or have a partner to help support that? So I think that's a lot of us adding in the small luxury hotels of the world. We're adding a ton of fantastic luxury assets across the globe. I think we add 2 to 3 hotels every single day across the globe. So that's a big commitment to us, but that's flexibility in the reward currency and the opportunities I just talked about, and the changes, like getting those right so the members can personalize their stay. I think it's more important than ever, and will continue inexorably. But with that said, I think they want a trusted premium experience. So you're not going on that many trips sometimes, depending where you are in the segment. So we want to make sure we take care of customers for that specific moment. So I think the expectations will continue to grow. I think that is normal and expected, and the tools they experience will change too. So being on the forefront of digital and technology is certainly a way to kind of keep up with those expectations.
That's
And it's
all.
different in different markets. So
Yeah, that's a huge challenge as well, right? Being an international program, the kind of the uniqueness of each market is going to be a big push as well, right? How someone in China or Asia may respond to a program, or even what their expectations are, is going to be dichotomically different potentially than what those in North America may have an interest in as well.
that's right, for sure.
Uh, so when you look at emotional loyalty, I've been a Hilton guy long before you guys were members of Loyalty 360, and obviously appreciate everything you guys do. I'm a usually a Hilton Garden Inn guy because I like that French toast. It's amazing how emotionally charged your amazing French toast with powdered sugar can drive. But when you look at emotional connection, very important for customer loyalties. How does Hilton drive emotional connection and customer loyalty to your customers?
Yeah, it's a bit of a head and heart situation, right? And loyalty. So emotional connection can cover a lot of different things, but I think it's feeling seen, feeling being valued and cared for. That's the core of it, and that's the core of Hilton's hospitality. And the most rewarding relationships are about giving back, right? And we serve a number of members across 25 different brands across 9,000 hotels. So we are for the stay. So, we're very focused on the emotional connection when you're actually staying in the journey with us. We care a lot about your dreaming and the emotion of dreaming as you get prepared for that. We want to make sure that stay is the best in the world and iconic for you. And so, we already talked about the digital tools a ton, but you can still derive emotional connection from that upgrade or that a dopamine hit of when you get that confirmed upgrade 3 or 4 days ahead of time. It's like, oh, okay, great. Like I know that I'm going to be in that 1 bedroom suite, and I can maybe prepare differently. We've heard that from members, prepare differently for that journey once they confirmed it. So it's not just one moment, it's a accumulation of your experience with the brand, whether that's on property, above property, through the app, in every channel at all times. So I think that's the magic moment if you can touch someone's heartstrings as they travel with you. So yeah, it's not easy to pull off, but you'll know it when you see it.
No, you're absolutely right. When you look at your program, you've been at Hilton for 9 years. When you look at it, what are a couple of things that you're most proud of, as you've evolved your customer loyalty program?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the team. What stands out to me is that we've really listened, and I think that's probably a theme of what we talked about today. But feedback and listening, and staying humble as a program, and truly putting in the work to build things that members want, and not what you think members want. I think is really important. So these changes we're launching now, is years of listening, is years of understanding what could be and what could be possible. If you asked me 9 years ago, would you have a auto camp Airstream partnership or a luxury cruise brand? I maybe wouldn't have said yes, but listening to what members keep asking us for, it's that's the journey where we react to it. So I'm just proud that we've kept an open ear, stayed humble, but also bring really big and big changes at scale and excellence at scale. And I'd say last thing I'll say is like keeping it human, right? We're all humans at the end of the day, and everyone needs light and warmth of hospitality. So I think at least that's the culture that we bring forward at Hilton Honors.
No, absolutely. So, when you look at the great changes, you do a great job of keeping the program front and center. What do you think the next big thing for customer loyalty, customer experience is for Hilton?
We talked about it a little bit. We're on this journey, starting this journey, but I think the next big thing is to continue to expand, the way our members can experience the world with Hilton, right? So the growth of Hilton Honors Adventures will be continue to grow it, of course, beyond our two brands here. We have a robust experiences portal if you haven't experienced that, where we bring a lot of our other partnerships to bear. but how you enter that window that Hilton can be that access point, Hilton Honors can be that access point for you. I think is a space ripe for a lot of loyalty programs. So let's say the other area, the other buzzword I think is personalization and how we leverage all of our assets digitally, human touches to make sure you're feeling like it's a very personal experience, even if you're interacting with 500,000 of our team members across the globe. So, and I said already a little bit, but partnerships where they make sense, I think can really add value to not only our program, but also kind of the experience with the partner. So I think those programs that get that right can be a really big thing. So it's time consuming, it's challenging to pull off, but when you deliver that, it's just an amazing experience. So we're on that journey. I think we have more to do there, but it's a really exciting time in travel and hospitality.
Absolutely. You talked a little bit about partnerships. You guys do a great job with that. Bespoke partnerships are, the way many brands are going right now, which creates some challenges versus affiliate. You don't want to have the same program or partner that others have. But are there new partnerships that you're looking forward to maybe kind of fostering in 2026?
Yeah, that's a great question. We're always open to more conversations. And I think we want to grow the experience, the ones we just launched. So getting that right, I think we'll attract more folks to, when we do go into a partnership, we do it big and we do it at scale. So I think there's a lot of verticals that are still ripe. I won't name them all, but I think what we do want to make sure we're staying relevant to a stay experience. So we'll keep on the hunt for partners in that zone as we bring Hilton Honors Ventures to bear.
Excellent. And the last question, you've been a member of Loyalty 360 for a number of years. Appreciate your contribution and the advisory board and just trends and perspectives on customer loyalty. But what else can Loyalty 360 do to help you and your team going forward with your customer loyalty efforts?
Yeah, I love being part of Loyalty 360 and the board of advisors. It's a critical role, bringing multiple leaders together. I'm a part of the mentorship program, as you know, Mark.
Yeah.
And kind of making sure we grow the profession of loyalty. And as I said before, we're listening and understanding insights, and it helps to crowdsource across hundreds of companies who have similar challenges of connecting and engaging with customers. So I think the best practice elements that you all do is fantastic, and just really building a community that we've all really tried to build out over the last couple of years and us for decades. So I think that community is important. And us feeling less alone as a loyalty leader in the industry. I think that cross connection across the U.S. but also globally is fantastic. So keep doing what you're doing. I love it, and I love being a part of the industry.
As we wrap up today's conversation, one thing is clear. In hospitality, customer loyalty isn't just a program, it's a promise. Hilton Honors continues to prove that when you listen to customers, simplify the experience, and innovate with purpose, you don't just meet expectations, you set the standard. Travel may be complex, but the opportunity to get it right has never been greater. Brad, thank you very much for joining us today. Very interesting what you guys are doing and continue to do as you focus on the customer. So thank you very much for sharing with our audience.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Always happy to be back.
Also want to thank everyone else for taking the time to listen today. Make sure you join us back every Thursday for a new edition of our Leaders in Customer Loyalty series. And until then, have a wonderful day.